What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is a L84, so it's the newer 5.3. We've had this one in the shop for, I can't even remember. It's been here for a long time. It came in, it was going to get a big Texasspeed cam, then it was going to get a chupacabra cam, and then now it's really kind of not getting any cam. It's going to get a stock 6.6 L8T cam in order to just do a DOD delete. So this has the more expensive DOD stuff you have to delete. Got a kit in from Michigan Motorsports. Head gaskets are over there. Not sponsored by Michigan Motorsports, just I like doing business with them. Basically less than a week we had the parts here. So I'm gonna get this one cam installed, front end buttoned up, and then get the heads on it. That's the plan today. We've got some C10 updates that I'll put in another video. C10 videos don't do as good as the motor videos, so I'm gonna try to kind of keep everything kind of separated, but it's tough sometimes because, you know, we're all over the place. I'm working on the motor, working on my truck, working on his truck, kind of all over the place. I was asked about doing a video on 5.3 as far as like what performance upgrades you can do, and I mean, I tell you what, I thought about doing a video, but there are so many different variables, there's so many different things you could do with these. But let's just say, for instance, you had a stock one. This one makes 355 horsepower, 383 foot-pounds of torque. That's quite a bit for a little 5.3. I mean, do your little small cam, some headers, and a tune. I mean, you've got, you know, easily a 400 horsepower engine. All aluminum, doesn't weigh much, 11.5 to 1 compression ratio. It's a good little package. A lot of people want the 6.2s, which I did too. That's what I've got. I've got a 6.2 that's going in my C10, and Dad did a 6.2 in his C10 as well. But the 5.3s, I mean, they can be bumped up. It don't take too much. Look back a few videos. We did one with a big, huge cam and a monster Whipple supercharger, and I don't know what it dynoed at. You know, we sent it off, it was done for us on our end, but I'm going to say it probably easily made 600 horsepower. Is it going to live? Is it going to survive? You know, I don't know. You've got a cast crank in these. That's the benefit of going with the 6.2, is you get a forged steel crank. But yeah, I mean, easy, small cam swap, or just even this, just DOD delete, headers, intake, and a tune. I'm guessing you can be a little over 400 horsepower, fairly easy. I know they're kind of underrated a little bit. Like the LT1 is rated at 455, but I believe Texasspeed dynoed an LT1, Gen 5 LT1, stock with headers and an intake, and it made 5 something. I can't exactly remember, but it was over the 455 advertised that GM advertises in the, I think that was a 2016 LT1. Camshaft retainer plate bolts, Loctited with our blue Loctite we use. And then these will get torqued to spec here in a second. Get these torqued down, then we'll put the phaser on. All right, I got my timing marks lined up here, dot to dot. Just checking everything out. I went ahead and put a screwdriver in the back, and I don't have anybody here to help me today, so what that's gonna do is that's gonna keep that cam from, they got a little play in them, it's gonna keep them pushing back, and hopefully we can remain in this dowel. When you're messing with these big phasers, believe it or not, it's kind of hard to remain in that dowel and get everything lined up. Had a comment a while back on one of the videos about, you know, dot to dot's not good enough. We need to be degreeing these cams and this and that. Well, for one, this is a stock 6.6 cam going in a 5.3, so no. But some of the bigger cams, I guess I could see you have a point. However, I asked the gentleman that was commenting how he would suggest degreeing these cams that we're getting in these motors nowadays with the timing setup we have. This is not an adjustable timing set. There's no way to degree it. And then he went on to comment that he would never use it, he would buy a, whatever, $1,000 timing set. I've talked to Texasspeed at least 2 or 3 times in the past, and the way they're grinding their new cams now, I forgot I think it was an eighth, within 1/8 of a degree accuracy. So what they're telling me is that, they're basically not sending anything out the door that needs to be degreed. I mean, by all means, if you're trying to squeeze, every last, 0.8 horsepower out of something or whatever you want to do, then yeah, I guess degree it. We don't build race engines here. These are just cruising motors. I mean, like I said, this will make 400 horsepower and drop it in a little C10 truck or a, Nova or Chevelle or something. And it'll be a stout little motor that's going to start and run for you every day like a brand new one. Rant over. Dad makes this a lot easier than it is to, he makes it look a lot easier than it is, but I think we're there. Yep, there it is, it's locked in. So we're on the dowel, we're dot to dot. Take my installation tool out. Lucky enough, I have a phaser bolt in my pocket. All right. Yep, dead on. There it is. Check it one more time. All right, there we go. Cam's installed. We're going to torque this to spec and then continue on. Always remember to pull your pin off your time and chain tensioner. All right, we do this for a few different reasons. Main reason is CYA. So you got dot to dot. See your arrow and your dot there lined up. Piston 1, piston 6. Done deal. Go and get this DOD kit, AFM, whatever the hell they want to call it these days, installed. It reuses all your factory bolts, so hopefully you kept them. That's for your valley cover. Here's your little hold downs. And here are the little DOD block off plungers, wherever they are. You gotta put O-rings in these. The last kit I did already had O-rings installed. Now you gotta put O-rings. So we're gonna sit down and put O-rings in these. Great. It's not a hard thing to do. Just got a small O-ring. Sorry. Just got a small O-ring and a larger O-ring. Focuses, and that's it. And then this other little ridge here, that's for your clamp to go in. That's all it takes. Like I said before, when I'd gotten these, they were already done already. These, I guess they save a little bit of money by not putting the O-rings in. Whatever. So just gonna do that 7 more times and I'll be done. And don't worry, you'll know real quick if you gotta put O-rings or not, because these fit nice and tight in there with O-rings. If you didn't have those O-rings installed, they pretty much fall in and fall out. That's how you would know. Just weird, the other kit we had were already installed. This one's not. I don't know. Everything keeps changing. Okay, we got all our clamps on, all our O-rings on, all our everything's finished up. Just gonna tighten everything down. Good time to go ahead and put the fuel pump lifter in too, since they're all the same size. On the new LD7, LD4s, this is all 8mm stuff. This used to be a 13. So just get these torqued down to spec. Or tighten them up, get them torqued down to spec. Good to go. Go and get the lifters in, and been asked quite a few times in the past what lifters we run. These are just stock LS7 lifters. I do know if you order from Michigan Motorsports, they'll come in a Michigan Motorsports package, but they're the Delphi GM lifters. They buy them in bulk and just repackage them. Similar to what they do with their head bolts here. You know, it comes in a Michigan Motorsports package. When you open it up, there's a factory GM head bolts. So they just buy in bulk and repackage it. That's how they do it. Can't really go wrong with your factory GM lifters. I mean, if you want to run something else, I mean, look at the price of Johnson lifters. I think it's like $700 and something for a set of lifters. I mean, if you're building an all-out race motor, go ahead. If you're building a cruiser, just use the regular factory LS7 GM lifters. Get these torqued down to spec, and then we'll get ready to get everything cleaned up and we'll start putting the heads on. Got my head gaskets on. Now I'm gonna get ready to set the heads on here. Everything's been cleaned up, alcohol prepped, wiped down, good to go. Smooth. Got the heads torqued down, got the rocker arms on, push rods in, of course. Dad went ahead and put the oil pump on real quick, and then I've already ran the bead of silicone for the timing cover. As soon as he's locating the bolts for the timing cover, we'll get the timing cover on, and then I usually spin it a few times and then check torque on the rockers, you know, 2 or 3 more times after spinning it around, and that's about it. And then we're gonna do valley cover, valve covers, and then this thing's pretty much ready for Dad to do his thing and paint. This one's gonna be getting dark steel from what I remember, and no transmission. Okay, stop. Yep, looks good. I told them on the camera thing, or told the YouTube peoples, we've had this motor longer than we've had any other motor. It was good. Had several different plans, and all of them fell through. It's supposed to get a big old nasty Texas speed cam with a manual transmission. That didn't pan out. Then it was supposed to get a Chupacabra.
It didn't work.
That didn't work. So now it's got. You got some bolts ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You just need me to get underneath it.
Yeah. There's yours.
Okay. Ready?
Gotta move the back on. All right. It should be close to that right there. Done.
LD453 getting ready to go back for paint. It's gonna look a little bit different. Be dark steel, be cleaned up pretty nice. But yeah, that's about it. I think we're gonna end it off today. I want to do a little bit more stuff on my truck. There'll be some truck updates coming in a separate video. Like I said, the C10 videos don't do as good as the motor videos, so I'm going to try to kind of keep splitting things up is my new plan. We'll see what happens. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe, like, share, ring the notification bell. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.